Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
Well, here in the Weather Center, we're transitioning from the wet, snowy forecast to more of the wet and windy forecast over the next 24 to about 48 hours. We'll get hit with a couple of different systems. The first one, as you can see behind me here on the Storm Tracker 9 live radar sweep, already starting to move in to parts of the coastline. That's where we'll see some of the strongest winds tonight. Could see wind gusts in excess of 55 to even close to 70 miles an hour. Now, that may not sound like much for folks at the coast, sort of used to that, but you have to remember we've had a lot of weakened tree limbs. I was driving around earlier today around town here, noticing that there are still some tree limbs that are sort of hanging sideways. They're not completely ripped off, but it may not take much to get a good wind push to knock some of those down, and then we could be dealing with some additional power outages as well. Heavy, steady rain now pushing through the northern half of the state. We'll start to see those waves get a little stronger as you get down to Douglas County, most of Lane County here, as well as the front itself, the cold front that's still offshore, starts to swing through by about, I'd say, 5, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So stronger winds picking up along the coast in the next couple of hours. We'll see those after midnight tonight for the inland areas, and lots of heavy rain expected as well, possibly about 1 to 2 inches of rain with this first system. Now, well, this is all coming in from the Hawaiian tropic islands or down around the tropics, what we call subtropical moisture, and so that means it'll be that real thick, heavy, steady rain in the next about 6 to 7 hours here. High wind warnings kicked in. They go through 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, pretty much up and down the coastline. Storm warnings, the purple shading that you have just off the shore there. In addition, wind advisory for the Willamette Valley kicks in later on this evening through 6 a.m. tomorrow, and the red shading there in the Cascades, those are avalanche warnings. As you have a lot of the snow that we had from last week and into the weekend, we've been pumping a lot of warm air, and you pump some rain into that as well, and that can break up some of those snow sheets for some of the folks trying to do some backpack cross-country skiing or maybe even backpacking in some of the high countries. 37 in the Dalles today, 48 in Corvallis, 49 in Eugene, close to 60 again down towards Roseburg. Still looking at a very mild forecast this evening in the low 50s in North Bend and Roseburg, mid 40s here in the valley and upper 40s. As you get out towards the coastline, even out in central Oregon, it is relatively warm. So the warm front moving through now, cold front trailing in behind that. Secondary one will build in behind that one as well, coming through for Thursday night. But tonight into tomorrow, you can see the heaviest rain basically through about 8, 9 a.m. Tapers off slowly by the afternoon, and then we get a decent break Thursday morning into the afternoon. There comes that next system moving through that will bring another round of some heavy rain and wind as well. So for our stormcast, the 24-hour rain totals, all of the blue shading here anywhere from around 2 to 3 inches. And again, that won't fall everywhere 2 to 3 inches, but it gives you an indication of just how wet the system will be. So showers on and off for overnight tonight and tomorrow. The next blast coming through by Thursday afternoon, and we will see a fairly windy afternoon for the next 4 to 5 out at the coast. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s for tomorrow. In the Umpqua Basin, we'll see temperatures right around 56 to 58 degrees for Roseburg and down towards Myrtle Creek. Heavy rain with the snow levels at 8,000 feet up in the Cascades. Central Oregon, we'll see temperatures in the mid 40s, and we'll be looking at low 50s and very breezy forecast throughout most of the day tomorrow. Wet and windy along the coast all the way into the weekend. In the Umpqua Basin, the temperatures will stay very mild, overnight lows as well, but a fairly soggy forecast all the way in through the weekend. Cascades, a wintry mix with some rain and snow mixing in at times all the way through next week. And here in the valley, we are going to be adding sort of insult to injury for a lot of folks trying to get cleaned up out in their lawns. You add another couple of inches of rain, that's not helping things.
All right, we will be right back.